today I'm coming down here to show you how to make a fall or Halloween wreath. It's going to be a mixed media wreath, meaning I'm using burlap, ribbon, and Deco mesh to make this wreath. So if you're interested, stay tuned and I'll show you how to make this wreath. Alright, so I have 6 patterns that I've used to make this wreath. I've got 2 ribbons, 2 Deco mesh, and 2 burlap. So my first ribbon, oh, and by the way, a lot of my items I did purchase from Dollar Tree, so potentially you could make this wreath using all Dollar Tree items. I have a couple other things I threw in that I had at home, so I didn't have to purchase things I didn't need, but mostly from Dollar Tree. So I have this ribbon. This is from Michael's. It's a floral ribbon. It's orange with white polka dots. This I purchased from Dollar Tree. It is a 9-foot wire edge ribbon. Oops. It's white with little pumpkins. It's got a little wire edge. This ribbon is okay. I would definitely recommend using very sharp scissors when cutting it because it does fray pretty easily. But in this tutorial, you won't really, it's not that big of a deal that it's not the highest quality because there's so many patterns you won't notice. I also have this, it says it's a wire edge ribbon 9-foot roll, but to me I think it's more of a burlap, so I'm using it as a burlap. So it's more like the burlap material. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's like an orange and black chevron. I really like this ribbon. And then I have black burlap, just plain black, from Hobby Lobby. It's like 6 foot wide. I'm not sure how much is on this roll. So I have that. And then this Deco mesh I got from Dollar Tree. It's orange with gold lines through it. It's about 6 inches wide. I'm not sure how much is on the roll. And then last but not least, this Deco mesh I got from Hobby Lobby. It's like a black and orange kind of a plaid. I know you can't see on the camera as well, yeah. It's like a plaid Deco mesh. I'm not sure how much it was, but I do know that I got it 50% off last year, like after fall was over. So you can look for those deals if you're trying to get something at a good price. So those are my 6 patterns I'm using. Also, like I said, use some sharp scissors. I couldn't find my craft scissors, so these are hair scissors, but they work just fine. I also have, if you need like chenille stems or pipe cleaners, whatever you call them. I got this pack from Dollar Tree, and I did use some of the red and gold already. It has red, gold, silver, and green. So you're going to need these to twist the ribbon onto the wreath. And I have started making this wreath already because it takes a little bit of time. And this wreath form is just a regular foam wreath form I got from Dollar Tree. I think it said that it's a 9-inch wreath form. It's just $1. It is kind of a smaller wreath, but like I said, I really didn't want to buy anything extra. I could have went to Michael's and bought like a $5 bigger one, but I just didn't want to. So you can go right ahead and do that if you want, and get a bigger one if you want a bigger wreath, because it's, like I said, this is kind of a small wreath. But this is the one that I'm using. So that's everything that you will need. So I cut all my strips. I cut a bunch of ribbon ahead of time because it does take a while to cut the ribbon for this. But I cut everything about 6 inches because I was just going basically by the width of these, because these are all about 6 inches wide, like the Deco mesh and the this big burlap. They're all 6 inches wide. So, and I didn't cut anything with rulers. I just measured, you know, up against like this, and then I just used one as my guide and just cut everything. I'll go ahead and show you how I cut those. So I'll just use this one as my guide. So I just took this, and I'll go ahead and start with this little ribbon. Like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect. You're not going to be able to tell because this, I mean, as you can see, there's a ton of stuff on here. You're not going to be able to tell that they're not exactly the same length. So just take it the ribbon and measure it against your guide, or if you want to use a ruler, that's fine too. And just cut along the edge, just like that. So there's one. I'm not going to cut one of these because it's already cut. I'll cut this ribbon. So again, I'm just going to use my guide, measure it on the ribbon. Doesn't need to be perfect. Cut this way. There's that one. That one's already cut. So for the burlap, because it's so wide, I'm not going to cut it like this, so that would be way too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my guide and put it long ways on here and just cut along the line of that to make it like a ribbon strip. So I've got it along the edge right here. Oops. They're all kind of sticking together. Just cut on here. Doesn't need to be perfect. You won't see it. Cut that. So there's that little strip. There's those. So for the Deco mesh, it's a little bit different because the Deco mesh you're going to be rolling into little rolls. What I've been kind of doing that has been helping, because these Deco mesh, it's kind of hard to cut them because the roll doesn't want to hold still. So I've just been kind of sticking the roll in, well, the wreath is kind of full now, and the wreath to kind of help hold it. So for this, I am going to be cutting, using this lengthwise on my Deco mesh because I need it wide enough so that I can roll it up. So I'm just going to lay it on there lengthwise. Just cut along this edge. Just like that. And that way I can just take it and roll it in a little bunch. That's what those are going to be doing. Okay, and I've got one more Deco mesh to cut. It's orange and black. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Just going to do lengthwise. You can see. Lengthwise on the Deco mesh. Cut along the edge. Alright, just like that. That way you can roll it into a little curly Q, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go ahead and get one of my stems ready. I'm going to use red. Hopefully I have enough. I'm trying to use mostly red and gold, but I've been using the silver too because I don't have enough of the red and gold. But it's not really noticeable. I'm going to get this ready and put that right here. So this is just how I've ordered my bundles. Obviously you're not going to have the same ribbon as me, so however you want to do it, but I would recommend doing it kind of, I'll show you in just a second. So I started with my little white with pumpkins, and then I took one of my orange Deco mesh. So this, it's already curling up on its own. You just hold it. It does not need to be perfect. You just take it and roll it up. I mean, you can make it skinnier if you want, or wider, however you want. And I'm going to hold them together because I'm making a bundle with this. And then my next one, I put my black burlap, and I put it on top of my Deco mesh curly Q. And then my next one, I'm going to do another Deco mesh. It's the black and orange. So I'm just going to hold on to this with a hand. If you don't have the hang of that yet, you can use one of your pipe cleaners to hold it, or whatever, something to hold it down. So I have this one curled up, and you kind of pinch it in the middle because I'm going to pinch it like a bow when it's done. And I put this on top, and then I'm going to use my chevron and put that on top of the curly Q. And then this little ribbon. If you have any ribbons this thin, you want to put it on top because otherwise you're not going to be able to see it with pieces this wide. And I put the chevron and this ribbon on top because the chevron's my favorite, so I want it to be more noticeable. So this is my bundle. So you're going to pinch it in the middle. Be like a little bow. Okay, and here's my wreath. I said I've already started it because it does take a little bit. So I'm going to take my stem and I'm going to wrap it around the middle where I have it pinched and try to keep it tight if you can. Okay, and then you take it under the bottom and twist, try and keep it tight, twist a couple times, and then you kind of want to spread it like this way because that's how it's going to go on the wreath, which will make sense in just a minute. I'm trying to fix it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to take it, put the stems, so there's one on each side of the wreath. I'm going to hold it on here, take it underneath, and twist them together. Try and do it as tight as you can. Okay, and now there's little pieces sticking down, so I'm just going to tuck it whichever way. Let's tuck it this way. Oh. I guess you could split them and tuck them. Just tuck them underneath, and you can trim them later if it, like this one's kind of long. So there's one on there, and you want to kind of stagger them when you put them on there so they're not all in a row. So let me do another bundle. So I've got this ribbon, my orange Deco mesh. I'm going to take my Deco mesh and roll it up, stick it on my ribbon. I'm going to get black burlap, put it right on top, pinching them all together. Then I'm getting another Deco mesh, the black and orange. I'm going to roll it. It does not need to be perfect in any shape or form. It's getting covered up anyway. Put it on top of that. Chevron, put it on top of that. I'm holding it the whole time. Little ribbon. This one has stripes on the back, but I like the polka dots. So there's my bundle. I'm going to pinch it in the middle. I can get it to do it right. Everything's slide around. Oops. Okay. Pinch. I forgot what I got already. Need a stem. So I'm going to take the stem, put it around the middle where I'm pinching it. Hold it as tight as you can while you're pinching it. Then twist tight, as tight as you can. Twist. Okay, so I'm going to make it like this so it'll sit right on the wreath. Because you want the bows going this way, not this way. So I'm going to put it next to this one. It'll probably just be, oh, I think I twisted that too many times. It's going to stick up a little bit. Okay. And put it next to this one and try to stagger it a little bit if you can. See how they're not like exactly the same next to each other. You take it around the back, twist, 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 and then you tuck it, get out of the way. Then you can go back to the front and kind of push them together. They're all going to get smushed together eventually anyway, but you want them tight. Oh, and by the way, if you want, like, because this is a green wreath, if you wanted to, if you had a green one or white or whatever, you can wrap it with ribbon and cover it if you want, if you feel like you're going to be able to see the wreath through. But as you can see, I have a green wreath and you can't see any of it. But if you wanted to, you could take some ribbon or burlap, or Deco mesh wouldn't be thick enough, but just take it and wrap it around the wreath beforehand, and you can either glue it with a hot glue gun or you can secure it with floral pins in the floral wreath, just to cover it up so you don't have to worry about it showing. But like I said, there's so much on here and they're all smushed together, so you really can't see it. That's why I didn't bother doing it. So I'm just going to squish these. I'm going to move these on over down here. one's gonna have to move them a little bit this other way. Okay. And just squish together and just push them together. Cover up all the spots. Okay. I'll do another bundle. This ribbon. Do the orange Deco mesh. Oh, but I was saying before, if you do multiple Deco mesh curly cues, you want to do like a ribbon and then Deco mesh and a ribbon and another Deco mesh, because you don't want to put them right on top of each other. It wouldn't look right. So twist it, put it on top. Got my burlap. What's next? Then I have my other curly cue. I'm going to twist this. Twist, twist, twist. Pinch it, put it on top of the burlap. And then I have my chevron. And then this little ribbon. And like I said, like how I'm doing, I'm putting the chevron like almost on top because you can see it more. If there's a pattern like your favorite one, you might want to do that as well because you'll be able to see it the most. So I'm pinching in the middle. I'm gonna get, it's a little too pinched right there. Just adjust it however you want it to, your little bows to show. So I got my stem. Wrap it around, twist in the back. So I don't twist it. Last time I made it too big and it would have stuck up a little bit on the wreath. So put it both one end on each side on the wreath. Oops. Okay, can't really see, there's so much on here. And then take the pieces together, twist them underneath. Twist, twist, tuck it. Like I said, you can always cut them later, but I wouldn't trim it too much so it will fall. I'm just going to go ahead and probably keep sliding them over, just fill in the gaps as I'm doing this. Oh, I got kind of twisted, kind of the wrong way, but you can just, oops, like almost upside down on there. Then you can adjust them on here. There we go. Okay, push it together. Oops. And you kind of have to stagger them because I don't know if you can see, but like right now they're like the same. Like these ends are right here and these are right here, but it's like there's a big gap right there, so you have to kind of pull, you know, one a little bit to the side just to be able to make them fit tight. You don't want gaps in there. Okay, that's that. I'll do one more bundle and I'll start using my pre-made bundles, I think. Okay, so ribbon. Oops. Deco mesh, I'm going to curl it up, or roll it up, pinch it on here. Black burlap. Okay, got that. Then I have my other Deco mesh. I'm going to curl it up. It's the wrong one. Stuck in there with the black ones. Okay, here's the right one. Here's the black and orange one. So this, got that all together. Then my chevron, and then the little ribbon. There's all that. Oops. Look at this. Let me get a stem out. One more gold, one left. Okay, so I'm going to take this. Well, let me pinch it a little better. Pinch it more like a bow. Pinch it. I'm gonna pinch. Okay. Pinch it. the stem around it. And then try to hold it tight and twist. Okay, now it's ready to go on the wreath. Go ahead and wrap the stem around, twist on the bottom. Pumpkins, Deco mesh, orange Deco mesh, pinch it on here. Black burlap, my other Deco mesh, my black and orange, roly roly, pinch it on here. Put that on there, and my polka dots. So pinch it, one more chenille stem. Or pipe cleaner, whatever. Twist it in the back. Okay, that's ready to go in the wreath. And a little spot for it on here. It's getting tight. Okay, where's mine? If I can find them in the back. That's the hard part. There. So many out of here now. Okay. Oops. Lose them. Twist, twist, twist. And tuck. Okay, I'm just adjusting a little bit. Okay. Okay, so here is the completed wreath. It's very full, very cute, very colorful. And for the size of the wreath, it does end up going a lot bigger because you can see here's the wreath right here, and it's going out several inches outside of it. So very fluffy. So where did I put my bag? Oh no. Okay. So I'm not sure what else I'm going to do on this wreath. You can put some kind of embellishments on here. You know, unless you want it just like this. You could put like a little sign in here, or some sort of ribbon, an extra ribbon. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I found these little bats. And these I just had on my house. I don't know where they came from. Like I could maybe put some little bats in here. Make it like Halloween-y. Little bats. These are kind of cute. So probably glue them in there. Got little bats. I also found little eyeballs. If you want to make it like a spooky, I guess you could put bats and eyeballs. You know, just whatever you want to do to embellish your wreath. Oops. Some little eyeballs. And you'd probably need to use like a hot glue gun or something for the eyeballs, and probably these bats. You might be able to, if you had some wire that you couldn't really see, you might be able to wire the bats in. Just put little bats and eyeballs or something. Like a spooky little wreath. Or if you have, I don't have any, I couldn't find any at home. I thought maybe I did, maybe some little pumpkins or something. I also found like this beading that I thought might be cute to go throughout the wreath. Like put some, like this purple I think is kind of cute with Halloween. It's kind of hard to see with like, you can kind of put it in between the ribbons and things like that. This one you might not even need to attach. You can these bats out. These eyeballs. So like this you could kind of put in between, kind of tuck, I mean because it's really thick, so you could tuck things in here. And not necessarily purple, but whatever. If you have some kind of beading or necklace or something to kind of spice it up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I kind of like the bats. I don't know about the eyeballs, but so however you want to finish your wreath, or if you just want to leave it like this, so it would be fine too. It's a very cute wreath. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and I hope you like the wreath. I hope everyone's doing well and has a good Halloween holiday, and I will talk to you soon.